What happens if you do a dynasty draft experiment and you just fill it by position in that exact order? Let's find out in the next dynasty draft experiment. All right, so here we are. And the premise of this is what I'm going to do in the super flex draft is I'm going to take a quarterback, and then I'm going to take a running back, then I'm going to take three wide receivers, I'm going to take a tight end, and then what we're going to do is we're going to flip the whole thing around again. We got our two flex positions and then our super flex position. The way that I'm going to do that is I'm just going to start a game. So here, I'm just going to do this exact order. Look, it's going to be quarterback, running back, wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver, tight end. That's the order I'm going to do it in. Okay. So let's see if this works or not. We're going to start position number 3. So I'm going to get a good quarterback. And we'll start the draft and we'll see what happens, right? So we've got to take a quarterback first of all. So I'm not going to look at anyone else. Oh, dude, Josh Allen at 3. Couldn't ask for a better start, right? So next, we know we're going to go running back, okay? I'm going to go running back on the turn here at 210 and 3-3. And we're going to see what happens if you just really focus on building that team from the off and see what you can do. You know, taking these running backs early obviously means it's going to be a win now team. So we're going to try and factor that in as well. So, you know, Joe Mixon and Dalvin Cook are sitting up at the top there. Saquon Barkley, you know what, man? I'm going to take Saquon Barkley here, am I? Yeah, I'm going to take Saquon Barkley because I'm going to take him here. Sorry, I'm going to take Joe Mixon. No, I'm not. I'm going to take Derrick Henry, guys. We're going for it, right? We're taking these running backs early. Let's go for it. So I'm going to take Derrick Henry, and then I'm going to take Saquon Barkley, right? That's going to be a fun team, right? Everyone agrees. Yeah. Let's take Saquon Barkley. So now we've got to take 3 wide receivers on the trot to build this team up. So at the minute, we've got Josh Allen, Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley looking ready to win now until Henry and Barkley get injured and the whole thing falls to pieces. But we're going to have 3 awesome wide receivers to back us up. And the first one of those wide receivers is going to be DJ Moore or Michael Pittman Jr. What we're going to do is we're going to take DJ Moore because I think Michael Pittman Jr. will come back to us. Drake London, rookie, you know, could do very well, but I'm going to trust the more proven guys. And DJ Moore with, you know, the best quarterback he's played with. Yeah, Baker Mayfield. I think he'll have a pretty good season. I do like Michael Pittman more than DJ Moore just in terms of, you know, dynasty. But I'm going to take DJ Moore because I think Michael Pittman should swing back. Absolute disaster. He hasn't. Absolute disaster. Man, I suppose we're going to have to take Drake London, but we're in this win now team. Man, I'm going to take Mike Evans. You know that? I'm going to take Mike Evans because that filters right into our win now philosophy that we have started to build with this team because we took those running backs early. If you're going to take running backs early, you need to build, you know, a win now team because those running backs are not sticking around forever. I've got 2 years at the most out of Henry and Barkley, so I need players like Allen and DJ Moore and Mike Evans who are going to hit it this year and hit it next year for sure. While I have those 2 running backs, so thinking of that, you know, I've got to take another wide receiver here. I've got Devonta Smith there. But the guy, I think, again, thinking about that win now, who is going to get, you know, that immediate production is Marquise Hollywood Brown. I think he's going to be the main guy over there, Arizona, especially with that Hopkins suspension. So I'm going to lock in Brown. I'm not too worried about the injury. You know, everyone is on the pup list at the minute. I just got a notification today. Daniel Bellinger was on the pup list, and then the next day he was off the pup list. So I'm not too worried about the pup list for this year. And now we got to go tight end. Who's there? Dallas Goedert, Postman Pat Fryermuth sitting there as well. I think I'm going to go. It's between Cole Kmet and Pat Fryermuth here for me. Um, I'm going to go with Cole Kmet because I think he's going to have he's going to have more chances to catch passes. He's going to improve on that 0 touchdowns that he got last year. Obviously, I wouldn't be taking Cole Kmet in the 7th round normally, but we're doing an experiment here, right? So now we got to swing all the way back to quarterback because we're starting again. We've got quarterback, then running back, 3 wide receivers, and a tight end. And let's see what happens. So we're on the board again. And who do we want at our super flex position for quarterback? Again, thinking win now. I'm looking at Davis Mills. I'm looking at Matt Ryan, though, more realistically. So let's get Matt Ryan locked in as our second quarterback. We can play out of that super flex slot. And now we're going to add some running back depth. We got Miles Sanders, Damien Harris, Tony Pollard, Kareem Hunt. Sanders, again, just like Kmet, weirdly had 0 touchdowns last year as well, which you'd really expect to increase, exponentially going into next year. So let's hope that Miles Sanders gets that production, and we got to look up another running back as well. So all these guys coming off the board, not too pleased about it. But Devin Singletary is still there, as is Chase Edmonds. It's between those two, although Ramondre Stevenson is interesting. I'm going to go with a guy that I think is good enough to keep his position based on what he did last year. I know Devin Singletary. The fact that I have Josh Allen as well, that is good to link up as well. If Devin Singletary starts playing well and does end up catching some passes, which I know James Cook is expected to do, but Singletary looks so good at the back end of last season, it's hard to pass up. So now we've locked up our 2 extra running backs. What we're going to do is we've got to take 3 wide receivers on the bounce now. So let's see how that goes. Adam Thielen is maybe the perfect win now piece. So I'm very happy to get Adam Thielen locked up in round number 11 because he's going to score points like he always does. He's going to catch touchdown passes like he always does. He's not going anywhere for next season. After that, maybe a bit of regression, but we're building this win now team. So let's see what happens. And we're back on the clock again, and we're going to take it's between Alan Lazard and Calvin Ridley is an interesting one, right? Because we have that 2 kind of year window. We do have a bit of backup at wide receiver. Ridley is still young. Robert Woods is there. That's interesting as well. Man, this is interesting. Round number 12. So we'll leave Calvin Ridley, and if he comes back to us, that would be excellent. But for now, we're going to take the guy that we know is going to score points for us this season in our championship push. We're taking Robert Woods. If Ridley comes back, awesome. We'll take him. He has come back. Let's take Calvin Ridley as well as our 3rd receiver in a row. And now we're going to go back to tight end, and we're going to do it all again, right? Back to tight end, and we're going to take quarterback. And then here, we're going to take running back, and then we'll take our final wide receiver. And that'll be the pattern kind of done. Okay, so let's have a little look. And we will see. Oh, we have to take a tight end, don't we? Tight end. Jelani Woods, Tyler Higbee, Evan Ingram sitting there as well. Yeah, I like Evan Ingram for this year. I think he'll catch the passes. He'll have a pretty good year. So let's get Evan Ingram locked up. And let's see what quarterbacks are available. Jameis is up there. Davis Mills is up there. Who's my second quarterback? Matt Ryan. Let's take Davis Mills here ahead of Jameis Winston because do I want to take Davis Mills ahead of Jameis Winston? No. Yeah. I'm going to stick with my guy, Davis Mills. I think he did well last year. I think his team does need, some youth at quarterback. I'm not too worried about the youth at other positions because you can get them pretty easily through your draft. But quarterback, harder to find that youth at quarterback that works. So best to get that in your startup drafts because in your rookie drafts, you can find these later round wide receivers and running backs to slot in a bit later. But quarterback is, especially in Superflex, it is, gold. So you don't want to miss that chance while you have it. So let's have a little look. We got to go running back here. Or actually, we've got 3 picks left. Let's go running back, wide receiver, tight end. Right, let's do that. So we'll take 1 running back here. I mean, do we have to? Who's there? Chris Evans is there. He's had a lot of hype coming out of camp, more so than anyone else. Mark Ingram could end up seeing a bit of work this year, though. But I'm gonna go Chris Evans just based on a lot of the hype that's been coming out of camp, a lot of good things that have been said about him. So I think he's a nice pick there. And we're going to now filter over to wide receiver. Livingston, Beckham, Tim Patrick, Van Jefferson, Devontae Parker. He's standing out to me there. Yeah, let's take Devontae Parker. He's got a sneaky chance of being that wide receiver 1 over at New England. So I think he's a nice pick there. And we're going to round the draft up with a tight end. And let's see who is available there. Gerald Everett will be a nice way to end up this draft too. Logan Thomas is there. My guy, Daniel Bellinger is there as well. Do like him. What age do we got? We got Cole Kmet. We got Evan Ingram. Nah, you got to go. Let's go. Gerald Everett went. Let's go, my guy. I'm going to take my guy. I'm going to take Daniel Bellinger. Because, I like him. And that's about it, right? Sometimes you just got to take your guy. So, other than that, at the end of the draft, Daniel Bellinger, round 18. Watch this space. So, let's have a look. How do we do if you just follow that pattern in your standard kind of dynasty league? You take a quarterback, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends. How does it look? Well, this is how it looks. You get Josh Allen, you get Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley. You get DJ Moore, Mike Evans, and Hollywood Brown. You get Cole Kmet, you get Miles Sanders, you get Devin Singletary, you get Matt Ryan. You get Adam Thielen, Robert Woods, Calvin Ridley, Evan Ingram, Davis Mills, Chris Evans, Devontae Parker, and Daniel Bellinger. So it's pretty good, right? Again, I wouldn't recommend this. You're kind of hamstringing yourself. You're not really finding that value at those different positions. But what it does guarantee is I've got a really nice balance of players there. I've got depth everywhere there. I don't really need to worry about injury so much as, you maybe would in others where you're a bit weak or a bit thin at positions. So I'm not going to be thin at any positions there. So that has its own merit. So I did like doing that build. It's hard to pass up the players, at positions there, but it's for the sake of the experiment. So I kind of like that one. Let me know what you thought about that. Where do you think, I was reaching on? Where do you think I could have improved on? And is this something that you would ever try in your actual drafts, or is this something that you maybe do already? Let me know in the comments below. And thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time for the next experiment.